It is the fuel that fires a runner's furnace, the light at the end of the tunnel that keeps one foot following after the other. Hope. Hope that there is an end to the journey. Hope that these steps are indeed accomplishing something. Hope that those they run for can indeed be saved.
I think about a lot of the patients, that we run for, so that's a time that I have by myself when I'm kind of just, thinking about that, and it's just great.
Susan Lancaster is not a runner by nature, but became a marathoner when the one she nurtured faced an uphill crawl.
Bradley was 2 years old. He had just had his birthday in June, and the beginning of September he had a lymph node swollen underneath his neck, and his doctor said they thought he had an ear infection. About 2 weeks passed, finished antibiotics, and the lymph node hadn't gone down, so I called the doctor. In fact, Bradley was the babysitter that day, and they said, well, we think he might have mono. Can you run over to the hospital and have a blood test done? Sure, no problem. And I got a phone call at work probably 2 hours later, and the doctor said, I'll never forget this, his words, Mrs. Lancaster, you need to take Bradley to Kosare Children's Hospital because we think he has leukemia.
Doctors immediately started a cutting-edge, extremely aggressive form of treatment on Bradley's leukemia. The prognosis did not look good.
I'm sitting there with his protocol. This is his treatment plan. And at the top of the paperwork, it said poor prognosis and this blah, blah, blah number protocol. And I'm sitting there by myself and I'm thinking, poor prognosis. I thought, they think he's going to die.
But amazingly, the experimental treatment began to work. And because of that trial procedure, just a few years later, Bradley was cancer-free.
We were at just a regular checkup, and his doctor said, Bradley, when you were diagnosed with leukemia, he said your chance of survival was not good. And he said, because you have done so well, you have paved the way for us doctors. At that point was when I was like, Bradley's cured.
That experimental treatment is one of many examples being discovered by doctors every day with the help of groups like the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society's research programs. And because that group helped save her son, Susan began running to raise money to help save others.
We've come a long way. When Bradley was diagnosed, his chance of survival was 65%. Kids diagnosed now, their chance of survival at diagnosis is, 90%. So that's how far we've come. That's what I'm passionate about. I know raising money helps research, and that's what's making a difference. That's what's saving lives.
Well, it's kind of scary, really, and you think about it, but greatly appreciate what she does. Raise all this money and run these marathons for these kids and like people like me.
And now, more than 20 years and $150,000 raised later, Susan is still running and has taken her marathon passion to a new level as a coach for Team in Training, a group that prepares new runners to finish marathons, often with the same inspiration.
30 plus years ago in high school, I did some running, but since then, this is by far the longest I've ever ran.
Phil Gambrell is an engineer in Louisville and saw firsthand what cancer can do, as 2 of his co-workers passed from the disease in the last year. He now is fighting back in their honor.
For someone like myself, it gets kind of rough out here, and when I'm running along and I think of what Jim went through in his struggle, what I'm going through is nothing. So that just helps to motivate me to keep going.
It's those names that have Team in Training running for hope. Hope that those that have passed will inspire others to do more. Hope that a miraculous victory will keep one foot following after the other. Hope that those they run for will be saved.